Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from the blackbusinessschool.com. I was watching the NBA Finals like everybody else last night, and I thought it was a pretty amazing performance by LeBron James. I was actually pretty proud because, I did, just bragging a little bit. I did actually predict that LeBron was going to win and make history. When they had that momentum in the two games where they made the comeback and tied it up. I just felt like LeBron emotionally. I couldn't imagine him letting this opportunity go to win another championship. And so, I thought it was awesome that he won. I thought he did a great job. I thought it was interesting. When you talk about the city of Cleveland, the history that LeBron has with that city, where you have people burning his jersey, cursing his name when he left, and then these people benefit from him winning a championship. Now, of course, not every Cavs fan did that, but I think the ones who did do that, it kind of shows kind of a pathetic immaturity. It kind of says, well, they're only going to like you if you're doing what they want you to do. And that's not the same as unconditional love, right? So I'm still a little salty about that. But one of the things that I wanted to jump into was I was reading an analysis about LeBron's salary and whether or not LeBron's worth the money, and just kind of talking about the NBA Finals from a financial standpoint. As you know, at the blackbusinessschool.com, we're all about black people and money, and there's really no more valuable economic entity in America, or very few entities more valuable than that of the black athlete. The black male athlete is literally worth, he's a multi-billion, perhaps $1 trillion commodity. As a collective, they are $1 trillion commodity for the black community. And what's unfortunate is that a lot of that wealth is extracted. It starts with college, where you got these guys playing for free, and these universities are making big money from that. And then you go to the NBA, where guys are are doing okay, but they're not nearly as wealthy as the owners of the team. The 23 million that LeBron made. I would guess that the owner, Dan Gilbert, probably makes $23 million in about 3 or 4 days, literally just off interest alone from his investments. And so, anyway, moving on, LeBron makes about 23.5 million a year, and according to CNN Money, they said during the year they estimated him as overpaid based on his performance, but during the NBA Finals they said he's actually a great deal. He's a good bargain for the amount that they're paying. Whereas it's funny because Steph Curry, they estimated him as a good deal throughout the season when he was playing well, but through the finals they say that he was actually overpaid. And even though Steph, I think, makes about half of what LeBron makes. So it sounds like these estimates are really based on how you did, last week or whatever. But I think an NBA team owner knows that an investment in a player is a long-term investment, and that means, and it's not a fair weather investment. It's not like you can, as Pastor Kevin Cosby said about Muhammad Ali and all these people that loved Ali after he became popular but didn't like him when he wasn't popular. You can't just bet on the horse after the race is over. You got to bet on the horse while it's in the mud or before the race even starts. So, I kind of take all these things with a grain of salt. But here's the interesting thing: with LeBron making 23.5 million 20 years ago, 20 years ago, and I think 96 or 97, Kevin Garnett signed a deal to make 21 million a year from the Minnesota Timberwolves. And at that point, that's when the owners went crazy and started really putting pressure on the players to get their salaries reduced. And you see 20 years later, LeBron's still only making slightly more than Kevin Garnett made back in 1997, right? So the thing is, ticket prices have gone up. Revenues have skyrocketed. The owners' incomes have gone way up, but players' salaries really haven't evolved as much as you would think over a 20-year period. I mean, who would think that the amount of money that there was to be made 20 years ago would be the amount that the best players are making right now? I guarantee you, I haven't looked at owners' revenues, but I guarantee you their revenues are killing what they were making in 1996, 97. So that's something to be taken with a grain of salt. It's not just about what you're being paid. It's about what's being brought into the collective, how much money is actually being made by the league and all that good stuff. But not that I feel sorry for any of these athletes. They're multi-billion dollar commodities. So I mean, come on, whatever. I thought the game was awesome. I'm proud of LeBron. I like LeBron and Steph because I feel like they bring something to the game that's better than what you had during the Jordan Kobe era. I feel like Jordan and Kobe were selfish pricks, to be honest with you. They were great players, but just they kind of had a mindset that was very, individualistic, very disconnected from the black community, etc. Whereas I don't get that same vibe from LeBron and Steph. I feel like they're just regular dudes. They know Black Lives Matter. They see what's going on in the street. They hear what the community's going through, and they're connected to that. And so I respect these guys for that. I think they're good. They're good dudes, good people, and I think both of them made a valiant effort in the championship. So anyway, that's it. Those are my thoughts on the championship game. Is LeBron worth the money to me? Absolutely. I think that no matter what he does, even if he leaves Cleveland, I just hope that people will show respect, for that man who's given so much to that city. He's sacrificed for that city. He does not have to play in Cleveland. People that live in Cleveland need to realize every city in the world wants LeBron, but he's coming back. He came back to you because he has a love for you. And it wasn't as if that was the best place for him to be to try to win another title. So I just, it just really bothered me when people just sort of treated him like a runaway slave when he made his own decision to go live and work somewhere else. But anyway, that's it. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from the blackbusinessschool.com. Don't forget, if you want to order Hidden Colors 4, we have a bundle pack that includes Hidden Colors 4, access to a free course, as well as free e-copies of 4 of my books, and a lecture with myself and Tariq Nasheed where he actually talks about how he built up his empire. So you can find out more about that at hiddencolorsbundlepack.com. That's hiddencolorsbundlepack.com. But either way, just make sure you sign up at the blackbusinessschool.com. You can sign up there for free. So take care, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.